No matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good morning.
All right, please stand and join us. Woo!
How you doing today?
This is who we are, and we feel the love whenever we're together. This is why we're here, to serve the world and one another. We're being called to find a higher way, and to remember why we're here today, to love, serve, and remember. Love, serve, and remember. Love, serve, and remember who we are. This is where we grow and find the truth that always sets us free. And this is where we play and enjoy like-minded company. A place where we can share our joy and pain. A place where everybody knows your name as we love, serve, and remember. Love, serve, and remember. Love, serve, and remember who we are. And in remembering to love and serve, we're transforming lives that transform the world. When we love, serve, and remember. Love, serve, and remember. Love, serve, and remember who we are. Love, serve, and remember. Love, serve, and remember. Love, serve, and remember who we are. And remember who we are. And remember who we are.
Good job, you guys. Way to go.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning to those of you watching online. It's so great to be together on this lovely Sunday morning. All of you here, bless your hearts. We're coming out in the heat. Now you get to relax and cool off a little bit. Great to have you with us, and great to have you with us online. Hey, I want to send out a special hello to our beloved Amber and Steve, and also McCullough, and also to Charlie Bowman and Martha Adams. We miss you guys so much. Beaming you all sorts of love, and really hoping you're back with us very, very soon. Well, Unity is positive, practical, progressive Christianity. We follow the teachings and the example of our way shower, Jesus, as well as other spiritual masters, in seeking to more fully love ourselves, love God, and love one another. And from that beautiful consciousness of love here in Unity, we honor all paths to God, all names for God, and all expressions of God. And each and every one of you beautiful souls, and each and every one of you that we're connecting with online today, each and every one of you is an expression of God. And we know that when we really get that, when we really get it, that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we tune in to that inner divine light within us, and we behold it in one another, that lovely light just grows and grows, and it shines out ever more brightly to light up the world. Our vision at Unity Renaissance is, together, a spiritually awakened world living in peace, love, and joy. And we are manifesting that vision through our mission, which is, together, we transform lives that transform the world. Yes, indeed. Let's begin our time of transformation in prayer. I invite you to take a deep breath in, filling your lungs with this beautiful energy of spirit. Release and let go into our oneness, knowing that each of you, wherever you are in this moment, you're in your right and perfect place. That Spirit is with you, Spirit is in you, Spirit is expressing as you. On this Sunday morning, we send out particular prayers to the people of Louisiana, anyone being affected by Hurricane Barry, the storms occurring along the Gulf. We send you prayers for peace and comfort and safety, and seeing that this too shall pass. We also send out our prayers today all around our country and all around our world for anyone who on this day may be feeling fearful for themselves or their family, for their safety and their well-being. We just blanket this beautiful country and earth of ours with love and assurance, and see each and every individual divinely protected on their own spiritual journey. And from this consciousness of love here at Unity today, we're just so grateful to be sharing our spiritual journey. And we say thank you, God. And so it is. Amen.
Yes, man. It's outstanding. Great truth.
Everything that I need to know about what lies before me. Everything that I need to know about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything that I need to know about what lies before me. Everything that I need to know about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything that I need to be strong about what lies before me. Everything that I need to be strong about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything that I need to be at peace about what lies before me. Everything that I need to be at peace about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me.
Now from that place of peace within you, I invite you to join me in our divinity salute as we turn to greet our neighbors with a bow, a handshake, or a hug. Together, the divine in me greets the divine in you. And we serve and celebrate together for the glory of God.
That I need to know about what lies before me. Everything about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me, through the mind of God within me, through the mind of God within me, through the mind of God within me.
Amazing minds out there, you know, and how wonderful that we get to tap into it and are reminded of it with that music. I gotta tell you, the energy that was flowing through this room is amazing. So, hi, I'm Heidi Kohlberg. I am an excited, happy, joy-filled member of Unity Renaissance, and it is such a blessing to be here, you know, with each and every one of you, our spiritual family, you know, getting the rejuvenation and the reminders of, you know, the God essence that each one of us is and that each one of us gets to bring out into the world, you know, to help calm and bring, you know, peace and transformation, not only within but without too. So thank you for being here. Our daily word today, or our daily phrase, I'd say, pray for others. Please join me in our affirmation. With faith, I see the truth in any situation. When I'm asked to pray for others, I look beyond the story of their lives. Instead, I discern the truth beneath appearances to find the sacred essence of each situation. Knowing that each of us is a living expression of God, I affirm that divine qualities are active in others, healing life, harmonizing love, prospering wisdom, and so much more. I see the divine nature of every person and know they have access to all the attributes of God. Seeing this deeper truth allows me to stand firm in faith as I pray for others. No matter how sad or discouraged they may feel, I pray knowing their innate strength, power, and wisdom. And this was inspired by John chapter 8, verse 32. You will know the truth, and the truth will make you free. In times of celebration or challenge, or just to amplify your own prayer energy. They can be found in the chapel, which is out to the left there. You know, meet them inside. They can be recognized by their stoles, and today we have Sam, Linda, and Peggy right there. So, and will everybody please stand to join in the Lord's Prayer?
Kingdom and the power and the glory. For thine is the kingdom Teach me to pray. My heart is open wide. My cares are swept away. Oh Spirit, teach me to pray.
Teach me to pray. My heart is open wide. My cares are swept away. Spirit, teach me to pray. Teach me to live in grace. Wash my grief away. Here in this silent space, Spirit, teach me to live in grace. Teach me to love unconditionally. Let my heart open up. Spirit, teach me to love. Lift me up in the light, in your holy way, knowing this time is right. Spirit, lift me in the light. Spirit, lift me in the light, the light. Spirit, teach me to pray.
A few weeks ago, Richard and I went to the beach, which in itself was momentous because for some reason, we rarely get over there. And it was a perfect day to go. It was really, oh my gosh, hi. It was really a surprise. Anyway, it was a perfect day to go. It was a lot like today. It was a perfectly clear blue sky. It was really nice and warm, and the ocean was even relatively calm that day. But what really caught our attention and captured our hearts was a little girl who was playing on the shore. I'm going to guess she was maybe around 6 years old, and she was wearing a long t-shirt and a little pair of shorts. She had apparently come to the beach with her older brother, who was sitting way back on the sand, just kind of keeping an eye on her. And she brought along what was obviously a favorite toy of hers, a pink plastic dolphin, about so big, almost as tall as she was, as a matter of fact. And she would make her dolphin dive in and out of the little waves that were tiny waves breaking on the shore. And then she would lie down on her tummy and let the water just wash over her and just squeal with glee. In fact, she kept up a running commentary pretty much the whole time. Really, she was talking to her dolphin, she was making up stories, she was narrating pretty much everything that she was doing. And she kept it up for almost 2 hours. Really, I was just astonished. I don't know when I've seen such boundless energy and enthusiasm. And so contagious was her joy that before long, Richard and I were bounding into the waves and swimming around ourselves. Well, it strikes me that that episode is really a perfect illustration of these next 2 lessons in Dean Slider's book, The Zen Commandments, which we are studying now for 5 Sundays. And these next 2, what he calls suggestions for a life of inner freedom. The next 2 are notice the moment and recognize teachers. I can't think of anyone more deeply immersed in the present moment than that exuberant little girl. And because she was so focused on the present moment, she actually attracted our attention into it as well. And in her own inspiring way, she was our teacher. She was teaching us about joy and play and abandon. She was showing us that every moment is precious. Well, and in his book, Dean Slider offers an exercise that also helps us realize how each and every moment has value. And we're going to do that exercise together today. It's going to sound a little weird at first, but hang in there. There's some good insights here. And those of you watching at home, I expect you to participate as well. So, first of all, pull out, if you have it, your bulletin or just something near you. If you don't have anything to hold on to, you can just find a focal point. So you're going to find a point of focus either on that thing that you're holding, or it could be a place on your lap or the chair in front of you, not the person in front of you, but something within arm's reach, okay? And identify this focal point, and now hold your hand about maybe a foot away from it, about a foot away. What I'd like you to do is to move your finger very slowly toward that point of focus until you're touching it. Okay? Let's do it one more time, and this time I want you to notice what you are experiencing as you are moving your finger toward this focal point and touching it. Okay, great job. Did you notice that the moment when you touched that point of focus seemed more important than all of the other moments? Right? And in fact, did the other moments kind of seem sort of meaningless or insignificant? Like, yeah, let's just get there already. So this is a great metaphor for how we tend to live our lives. We think that some moments are more important than others, and quite often what we consider the important moments are those times when something comes to completion. Perhaps we achieve a desired outcome or a goal, or there's just this sort of a sense of kind of coming to a conclusion. So we value those moments, and all the other moments seem really kind of superfluous. So think about it for a moment. When you turn on the faucet to take a shower and you're waiting for the water to get hot before you get in the shower, think about that time in there. Or what about the time when you stopped to get gas and you're waiting for your tank to get filled up? Or even when you're walking down a hallway or a corridor from point A to point B. You see, there's this in-between time. We sort of think of it as nothing happening time. But Dean Slider says that these moments, these in-between nothing happening moments, are when the mind is free and at rest. It's when the mind is resting actually in freedom. That these moments when nothing much seems to be going on, when we are in present awareness, is when we can have a glimpse of the limitless through the space of present awareness. The space of present awareness. So we're going to do this exercise one more time. And this time, as you move your finger toward your point of focus, I invite you to give every moment equal value as you're moving it to the spot. Do you feel a difference? Feel a difference? Do you feel almost a sense of time kind of opening up? Like now, you have all of these moments to be appreciative of. You see, when we are open and aware, when we're bringing our attention to the present moment, it really expands our life experience. And we're also able to learn more. So in Matthew 5:5, Jesus says, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." One of the meanings of the word meek is teachable. Teachable. When we are humble, when we are open and receptive, we are teachable, and life opens up for us. And not only that, but when we're in this state of present moment awareness, we look around and we see that our teachers are everywhere. Not only are we learning, but everything is teaching us, not just what we typically think of, educators and our elders or coaches or spiritual masters, but everything is teaching us. Our friends, our enemies, lovers, strangers, animals, rocks, trees, jobs, various situations, illnesses, fictional characters in books and movies, chance coincidences, as we call them. Certainly our mistakes teach us, our setbacks and our hardships, some of the greatest lessons that we learn in life. Truly, everything is our teacher. Everything. I once went to a retreat in Tucson, Arizona, and we did this one exercise where we went into the Saguaro National Park one day, and the assignment was to sit at the base of one of these giant cacti for an hour and write in our journal what it was saying to us, what it was teaching us. And I have to say, I was very surprised at how much that cactus had to say. Right? Yeah, all I had to do was tune in. Well, of course, on the spiritual path, there are certain teachers that have a special place in our hearts. We may lovingly call them my teacher or my guru. You know, that word guru gets a bad rap a lot of times. It's misused and maligned. But actually, the word guru is related in meaning to the word gravity. And Dean Slider speaks about that in this way. He says, a guru is someone who's heavy where the rest of us are light, who has the gravitas to be grounded as immovably as a rock in the unchanging nature of reality, even as the rest of us are blown about like dry leaves. Yeah, the guru, or the mentor, if we prefer that term, spiritual teacher, is sort of a stabilizing force for us. This kind of immovable presence, if you will, that we can turn to for what we seek. So we may think of our spiritual teacher as our mentor, or our role model, or our shining example, or even our light in the darkness. You know, this relates to Jesus as well. You know, in unity, we see that we call Jesus our master teacher. And so we look to him as our role model and our example, and we seek most of all to live into his teachings and to follow his example. So all of these are meanings around the word guru, the word teacher. But there is one risk as we adopt someone or we claim someone to be my teacher, my spiritual mentor, and that is that we put them on a pedestal. You know, we begin to think that they're infallible or they're invincible or they walk on water. You know, we really put them out of our reach when we do that, when you put them on a pedestal. Because spiritual teachers are human too. And that's good news for us. Because if they're human like us, it gives us more room to be enlightened like them. Right? And this includes Jesus. You know, in early Christianity, they declared that it was heresy to deny that Jesus had human qualities. Yeah, fully human, as we like to say. So spiritual teachers have their strengths and their limitations, their likes and dislikes, their cultural biases, and yes, even their quirky personalities. So yes, a spiritual teacher can often give us or guide us towards the wisdom that we're seeking, and no, they don't always act the way we think they should. I remember so vividly when I was at Unity of Portland, my first Unity church, and I really did idolize our minister there. And one day, in a side conversation with him, he used a curse word. And I was shocked. I was shocked. I didn't think he ever did that. But I very quickly realized that he was human, and that was okay. And not only that, but I still had an awful lot to learn from him. So our spiritual teachers can be very loving, of course, but they can also be very demanding of us. They can kind of hold our feet to the fire. Is it not true? Expect us to do what we need to do. And Dean Slider, I love the way he says this. He says, sometimes dealing with spiritual teachers, is like having cookies and hot chocolate with grandma. And sometimes it's like having surgery without anesthesia. Yeah, that sounds intense, doesn't it? As when, if you're having a dark night of the soul or a difficult time, the great spiritual teacher is going to allow some space for that, allow you to have your experiences and to learn what you need to learn. And that isn't always an easy walk. So there's actually a great story in Mark, 4th chapter of Mark, verses 35 through 39, that offers a great metaphor for how the teacher and student relationship works. And I'm just going to read it, and as I do, I'm going to sort of interpret the symbolic meaning of it. You'll recognize the story. On that day, when evening had come, Jesus said to them, "Let us go across to the other side." Well, a teacher invites us to go to the far shore of realization, really to discover the kingdom within. And leaving the crowd behind, they took him with them in the boat, just as he was. Well, the student leaves behind those who are not committed, who are not a part of this journey, join in the vehicle of teaching, and they bring the teacher along, as the teacher is a part of it, just as he is with all of his human frailties. And he leaves it to the student to steer the way, to steer the boat, and to face whatever challenges may arise. A great windstorm arose, and the waves beat into the boat, so that the boat was already being swamped. Inevitably, there are times on the spiritual journey when the going gets rough. Is it not so? Can I get an amen? Amen. Gets rough. We may be rocked to our core. We may feel that all is lost. We may feel completely alone. But he was in the stern, asleep on the cushion, and they woke him up and said to him, "Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing?" He woke up and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, "Peace, be still." Then the wind ceased, and there was a dead calm. The learning is that the teacher is with us through it all. The teacher is a presence or a guiding light for us through it all, and when we get stirred up, because this storm is really an inner storm, is it not? It's not about what's happening out here, it's about what's going on in here. That's when the teacher and the teachings come forward to restore calm. And just as the storm was on the inside, so also is the calm realized on the inside. Well, Dean Slider offers 3 suggestions for how to work with a spiritual teacher. And the first of them is, don't be shocked when you discover that your teacher is human. As we've said before, it is dangerous to idolize. really anybody, but particularly a spiritual teacher, because you're really sort of setting them up to fail, aren't you? And yourself to be disillusioned by setting unreasonable expectations. And the second thing is, listen to what they say. Listen carefully, not just with your ears, but with your heart. And then after you have listened to the teacher, act on what you have heard. Put these insights, practices to work in your own life. You know, sooner or later on our spiritual journey, we kind of have this, what I like to think of as a come to Jesus moment. It's a time when we really are faced with the question, am I really serious about this? Am I really committed to change? Am I willing to put these ideas into practice? Actually use them. You know, we can listen to great wisdom teachings and great insights all day long. But until we put them into practice, we do not get results. So Dean Slider says, if the teacher tells you to turn right and see what happens. And if the next day she tells you to turn left, you can either complain that she contradicted herself, or you can assume, until proven otherwise, that she is actually guiding you through the twisting paths in your own mind. And he offers one other spiritual practice, and I particularly love this one about relating to a teacher. And this is not so much about relating to an individual as a teacher, but rather relating to the allness teacher, the one teacher, the teacher of which everyone else is comprised. So we would think of this teacher as life, or God, or the infinite, or the universe, or whatever term you would like to use. And this spiritual practice, honoring the one teacher, is called Guru Yoga. It does not require that you do downward dog. It does not require that you sit in an uncomfortable position for too long. It has nothing to do with that. To practice Guru Yoga, we simply go about our day, and as we go about our day, we recognize everyone and everything as our teacher. We ask ourselves in any situation, what is my teacher teaching me? You know, perhaps the person who's holding up the line is teaching you patience. The person that you continue to have conflict with may be teaching you about your own shadow. The lingering pain that you've carried from an old life experience may be teaching you forgiveness. You see, anytime we're facing a challenge or we get upset about something, we can ask ourselves a very powerful question: what am I to learn from this? What am I to learn from this? And as soon as we do that, it shifts our perspective, and it can actually dissolve the issues in our lives. So now we're approaching them as a student, wanting to learn from the teacher. And if we don't get an answer right away, just keep asking the question, what am I to learn from this? So who is your teacher? Everything in life, the wisdom of the sages, the storms on your journey, the little girl playing at the beach. As you learn to notice the moment and recognize teachers, what you discover is that all of the universe is pulling for you. Really, it's true. Teachers are everywhere. The universe is pulling for you, despite occasionally appearances to the contrary, which are nothing but false appearances. The universe is for you. So pay attention. Listen well. And practice even better. And live your life to the fullest. Let's turn now to our meditation. I invite you to get comfortable in your seat, those of you at home as well. Get comfortable, take a deep breath in, close your eyes. Release and let go. Feeling the grace of God upon you. blessings of life sprinkling down on and through you. I invite you to breathe a little more deeply now into your heart space, the very center of your being. Breathing in, and breathing out, letting go. In this moment, appreciate your very own life, all that has happened to this moment and all that will follow. This beautiful journey of learning and growing. Breathe into the blessing of it all. And I invite you to bring into your mind a particular situation that may be challenging you, a difficulty, maybe a difficult decision, whatever may be weighing on your mind. Ask yourself, what am I to learn from this? What is my lesson? What is my teacher teaching me? Open yourself and listen for the answer in the silence. We know that all the answers that we seek are already within us. As we turn within as open and willing students, the way will be made clear. I give thanks for the teachers in our lives, for the lessons that we are learning, and we serve it all up to the glory of God. Thank you, sweet Spirit, and so it is. Amen. Now is the time in our service for the sharing of our love offering. As you prepare your gift, I would like to say a huge and heartfelt thank you. Thank you for all the ways you give here. And in particular, I want to thank you because last Sunday I mentioned the wish list that the staff had, various items that we were looking for. And by golly, with the exception of someone to help pop popcorn, you responded, and we got every single one of them, the new laptop, the new computer, funding for the fallen trees, etc. Thank you so much. This is an incredible, beautiful, beautiful place. I'm so thankful for your generosity. So yeah. So as you prepare your gift, and this particular reminder to those of you watching online, couldn't be easier to give. Just text the word give to 540-418. So simple. We really encourage people to check out Text to Give. It's just the easiest way to give and goes straight into our account and everything. No checks or anything. Okay, enough about that. Please join me now in our offertory blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
Here are some things some people said. I didn't write these words. I just came along with notes and chords and put them all into verse. The question that someone passed to them, the answers that they returned. They were asked to complete a simple phrase beginning with I have learned. I have learned. I have learned. I have learned. I have learned.
I have learned I like my teacher 'cause she cries when we sing Silent Night.
I have learned that you can't hide a piece of broccoli in a glass of milk.
I have learned that when I wave at people in the country, they stop what they're doing and they wave right back. You know that's true, right? Yeah.
I have learned that just when I get my room the way I like it, Mom makes me clean it up.
And I have learned, though it's hard to admit, I'm secretly glad my parents were strict with me.
I have learned I don't learn much from TV.
I have learned, I have learned, I have learned, I have learned.
I have learned that one of life's greatest pleasures is brushing my child's hair.
I have learned that wherever I go, the world's worst drivers follow me there.
And here, I have learned that there are people who love you dearly, but they just can't show it. That's not their tune.
I have learned that if you're not living on the edge, you're probably taking up too much room.
I have learned that the motel mattresses are better on the side away from the telephone.
I have learned not to cast the first stone.
I have learned, I have learned, I have learned, I have learned.
I have learned that a vegetable garden is better than a cabinet full of pills.
I have learned that children and grandparents become natural allies, and they always will.
I have learned you shouldn't go through life with the catcher's mitt on both hands. Might need something to throw something back.
I have learned that I now love one of the things I hated most as a kid, taking a nap.
I have learned that no matter your relationship with your parents, you miss them when they are gone.
I have learned the power of a song.
judgment is to predispose.
I have learned if my life's not flowing, I may be standing on my own hose.
I have learned it's good to keep an open mind, as long as you don't let your brain fall out. Keep it in.
I have learned, like the sign in Las Vegas says, you must be present to win.
And I have learned that even when I have pains, I don't have to be one.
I have learned that life's too short not to have fun.
Join us, guys.
I have learned, I have learned, I have learned, I have learned.
Everybody all together, ready?
I have learned, I have learned, I have learned, I have learned. I have learned that I have a lot to learn.
That last one was from an 85-year-old.
That last one, I have a lot to learn, was from an 85-year-old. Why not? Beautiful song, man. I love that. Is that a perfect song or what? Ah, we're so blessed. Take a moment now to turn. Hello, darling. It's so good to see you guys. Take a moment to turn to gratitude within, feeling all the blessings of this day, this community, this time together. We're so grateful for these gifts so generously shared, and now we send them forth as we transform lives that transform the world. Thank you, God, and so it is. Amen. Thank you, dear one. This is the time in our service when we welcome those who are new to Unity Renaissance. If you're here today for the first, second, or third time, we invite you to raise your hand nice and high, holding up the appropriate number of fingers, 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. Beautiful. Welcome first-timers there, second-timer back there. Keep your hands up till they get to you. It takes them a few minutes. So if you're here for the first time today, you'll find inside of that bag there's a card. Fill that card out, take it into the bookstore, and you get a free CD, a copy of a previous service. If you're here for the second time today, you get 2 CDs. You get one of positive uplifting music from Empower Music and Arts. And if you're here for the third time, and the other one is Sacred Unity Recordings. If you're here for the third time today, you get a copy of the Daily Words. So we're so happy you're here. We hope you just keep coming back again and again and again. Did everybody get one? If you didn't get it, raise your hand up high. We'll make sure somebody gets you. All right, great. Welcome.
So in the spirit of wonderful community, we are looking for additional volunteers to come out and help feed the homeless on the first and third Saturdays of each month. We do that at Sacred Heart Catholic Church in Norfolk. They meet at 6 a.m., but what an amazing way to start off your weekend. So if you're interested in this activity, please sign up in the hall wall, and Kitty Penny will be contacting you. Thanks so much.
Really beautiful experience. You give and receive at the same time. It's absolutely lovely. Today starts our back to school supply drive. So from now till August 11th, we're collecting school supplies. So bring in your backpacks and pens and paper and pencils and whatever else kids need, erasers, tablets, etc. And we're going to collect all those and we'll take them over to Thurgood Marshall Elementary School. That's the elementary school that we have adopted here at Unity Renaissance. It has the highest poverty rate of any elementary school in the area. So really happy and blessed to have the opportunity to give to them. And I'm told that the tax-free weekend is coming up August 2nd through 4th. Did I get that right? So you can do your shopping then. Up to $20 in school supplies is tax-free. So you might want to schedule your... Per item. Oh, $20 per item. Oh, thanks, Boyd. I didn't get that. Okay, very good. Great. So good opportunity there. With that, it's my joy to welcome up the wonderful Margaret Jenkins. Is she here? Margaret? All right. Oh, she'll check in with us maybe a little bit later. Let's go on to the next announcement. I really encourage you, if you haven't already done so, to sign up for our e-newsletter. our e-newsletter. This is how you can stay up to date on what's going on, what's happening every week. I send out a weekly message as well. All you do is go to our website, unityrenaissance.org. In the upper right-hand corner, there's a little button that says Join Our List. Click on that, fill it out. You'll start getting the weekly e-newsletter and any special announcements that come out. This is a particularly good time to sign up for that as we get ready for our physical facility expansion, because we'll be sending out regular updates. And while you're at it, go ahead and like us on Facebook. As long as you're online, we're building up our likes. We just crossed the 1,000 mark. So join our social media community. With that, it looks like Margaret is here, so I'll invite you up with Julia.
Good morning, family.
Good morning.
My name is Margaret Jenkins. I've been attending Unity Renaissance for about 5 years. I was recently selected to the Board of Trustees. I am on the steering committee for the Unity Sisterhood. I teach kindergarten, first grade. I sometimes substitute in elementary. And I've had the occasion of stepping in an emergency in the nursery, of which I love. I am a full-time caregiver for 2 family members. And with all those duties, what I love the most is teaching here at Unity Renaissance. Our children, thank you. Our children are a sponge. They're just open to all the love, all the generosity, and not only do we teach them, they teach us. And you really take pride when you see them grow, like when we had the multi-gen service and Zoe was the assistant to Reverend Paula. It just made my heart sing because I know that I planted a seed in Zoe also. And then when you have a 5-year-old share with you that when we're working on our heart agreements, that I'm not bad when I do something that's not right. It's just that my behavior is unacceptable. So when my behavior is unacceptable, then I have to deal with the consequences. Consequences.
Mouths of babes.
I was in high school before I could spell consequences, but he was really expressing it. So believe me, we can make a difference. And we are in need now of some volunteers. I invite you, if you really want to be blessed and really want to tap into our vision and mission, lives that change the world, search your heart and see if you want to volunteer to help us. I assure you, you will not be sorry. If you want to, Miss B. Clendenden and Miss Lisa Carter are available. Just let them know, and we welcome you. And this is my grand love, Julia, and I just want to ask her, Julia, what do you like about coming to Unity Renaissance?
The people, because they're nice and they show love to everyone.
Oh, how can we not love
Thank
you?
you.
Look at you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Margaret. And just in case, if you feel at all intimidated by the idea of helping in the classroom, we provide direction for you. You can be a classroom assistant and kind of learn the ropes that way. So I'm not going to make it hard on you, but it's a beautiful, beautiful activity. Wonderful giving and giving back. A couple more quick announcements. We have set the date for our groundbreaking. We have set it for August the 4th. And it's just going to be amazing. We're only going to have one service that day at 11 o'clock, so all you're in luck. Just come at 11 like you usually do. At the end of the service, we'll go out into the construction area. We'll have a lovely ceremony out there, groundbreaking, a little bit of music. Afterwards, our men's group is going to have hot dog Sunday. It's going to be a wonderful celebration. So let me just hear that you understood this. How many services are there going to be on that day? 1. And what's the date? August 4th. Very good, very good. Quick learners. Finally, I want to welcome back from IYOU, the International Youth of Unity, our wonderful group that just came back from there, Ed Rosequist, Lee McCullough, Emily Myers, and Byron Brown. They are just on fire. You can feel the wonderful energy. We're so proud of you all for going and representing us, and we welcome you back. So with that, we say goodbye to our online viewers today. Hey, all of you watching online, here's what I want you to do. I want you to do this and know that we're sending you a hug. We're sending you lots of love. So take care. We look forward to seeing you again next week, either online or here in person. So now let's welcome in our children.
We are one.